Hello and welcome back. So this video is going to be a review on $1 makeup. I bought these things from the Shop Miss A website, and also I went to the Dollar Tree. I was really curious, so I just decided to go to the Dollar Tree. And as far as the Shop Miss A, I wanted to place an order for new magnetic palettes, which they have amazing ones, and also their jewelry. I've bought jewelry from them even as far back as 2 years ago, and it's still in perfect condition, and it's only $1. So I thought I would just try some of the makeup out. I will say, as far as the shipping from Shop Miss A, it does take at least 2 weeks to get here, which is longer than most websites, but that's okay. Everything is only $1, so I really can't complain. All right, let's get into the review. I'm going to start with the Shop Miss A, and by the way, the earrings I'm wearing, I bought on there also. They're only $1, and I really like them. So my Real Techniques sponge finally fell apart after I used it for literally a year. So I wanted to try theirs out. I've heard really good reviews. This is the Paw Paw sponge, and it looks just like a beauty blender. It's pink, it's the exact same shape. This is super dirty right now because I just used it, and it's wet, so it's very large, and I love it. It's so soft. I've had this for a couple of weeks already, and I am loving it. It is amazing. It's only $1.55, and it's so good. I can't say how long it will hold up though, because my Real Techniques really do last a long time, but yeah, I use this side for concealer, this side for foundation. Actually, today I did cream contour and I blended out with this too. So yeah, for $1.55, this is well worth it. So I did run out of primer recently, so I thought I would try the ones from Shop Miss A, and this was not as big of a success as the sponge. The first one I got is this illuminating one by AOA. This is only $1, and okay, so here's the thing. As you can tell, it is kind of like glowy. Let me swatch it. So I put it right there. As you can tell, it's kind of glowy. I mean, you would blend it out more than this, but yeah. So I like it for the glowy effect, and I thought that was nice. However, the second I put it on my face, it started burning like heck. I've never had that happen to me before. I thought that was really strange, and I looked at the ingredients. The only weird thing that is like I've never seen in other primers is it just says essence. I'm not sure really what that is, but everything else seems pretty normal. I don't know. So I didn't get a rash or anything like that, and I was in such a hurry the day that I applied it. I actually left it on my face and I had to go to work. So I was lucky I didn't get any sort of rash or anything like that, and the burning did stop after, I don't know, like 15 minutes. I know, I should have tried to wash it off, but I had no time. So I didn't use it again after that as a primer, but I thought, you know what, it didn't break me out, so I'm going to try to mix it in with my foundation for a glowy foundation look. And it works great for that, and it doesn't burn my skin at all. I've been doing that for 2 weeks, and I've gotten like no issues. I do have one breakout here, but I don't think that has anything to do with this. I didn't get any bumps or anything. I'm confused why it burned, but yeah, I can't use it as a primer, but I've been mixing it in with foundation for a glowy look, and I like it. Okay, so the other primer that I got, I already got rid of. It was really horrible. So it is their blurring primer. I'll show you a picture of it. It's one of those clear silicone primers, which is my favorite, and I was really excited to try it. Well, this one, also the second I put it on my face, it started burning. Okay, great. Part two to that, it has giant chunks of glitter in it, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even tell initially when I looked at it, but then I don't know if you can tell in the picture because they're kind of reflecting off the camera. Huge chunks of glitter. I could not believe it. Why is anybody putting chunks of glitter in a primer? But yeah, and I thought maybe it'd go away once I kind of rubbed it in, and I tried that, but my face was burning and there was glitter. So anyway, that one was a total fail, but the other primer I will use to mix in with foundation. The last makeup product that I got from Shop Miss A was this AOA BB cream, and this is amazing. I am loving it. I couldn't even believe it. I got the color Fair, and I was super nervous that it would be pink undertones because a lot of light colors tend to be, but I have yellow undertones, and turns out this works. Let me swatch it. So this is kind of a heavy swatch so you can see the color, but you can tell that it is yellow. So that was really exciting for me, and I couldn't believe how good of a match this was. This thing is $1. And it's actually a bit more coverage than I thought it was going to be. I would expect a BB cream to be extremely light coverage. It's nice, and it actually lasts decently through the day. I really could not believe it. I am so wowed by this. I can't believe it's only $1. If you've been watching my channel, you know that lately I kind of have been into less of a full coverage look. And so I really wanted to buy a BB cream, and I almost bought the new NYX one, which I think is $10 or $11. But then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna place a Shop Miss A anyway, so I might as well try this out. And it's so good. My mind is blown. This is really good BB cream. It actually color matches me. I cannot complain. So the fact that the other two primers did not work out the way I intended, this is very exciting. So then one day after work, I just decided to go to a Dollar Tree and I bought some makeup. I bought 7 things and spent $7 plus tax. It was amazing, so let me tell you about those. My liquid liner is getting close to dried out, so I thought I would buy one from there. This eyeliner is by LA Colors and it's in black. So when I bought it, I wasn't sure if it's going to be a felt tip or a brush tip. I had a feeling it would be a brush tip, and it is. So that's my issue with it. It's super black and I can do a straight across line with it, but I tried doing a winged liner and it was a disaster. It was so messy. And it kind of like clumped up in my eyelashes too. So unfortunately, I think that's more user error because I just can't do a wing with a brush tip. I can only do it with felt tips. So that's kind of my own fault. It did last all day though. So, I mean, if you can do brush tips, then I do recommend this. It actually is quite good, but I just prefer a felt tip. So this is not for me. The only other thing that I noticed that was a little bit odd, it wasn't bad, when I'm washing it off, it kind of comes off in clumps. It doesn't just dissolve. Like I had like clumps on my face. I don't know. That's totally not a big deal. It washes off and it's totally fine. And it lasted throughout the day. So yeah, but I just can't do a brush tip. All right, also from LA Colors, I bought this mascara. Look how cute it is. It's much smaller. It's like almost the size of a deluxe size, but it's hot pink and it's adorable. And I gotta say, I had pretty low expectations for this because it's $1, and like the cheapest of the cheap drugstore mascaras, such as NYC and Wet n Wild, I've had horrible luck, but this is good. I could not believe it. So let me show you what it looks like. So it is one of these kind of larger natural bristle brushes, and I really like that. That's actually my favorite. This gives some volume and some length. But best of all, it does not smudge and it does not flake on me. I was blown away. I have been loving this mascara, and the fact that it's only $1 is pretty amazing, so this is a win. I did also get an eyeshadow palette from LA Colors, but I will talk about that last. I did buy 3 things from another brand called Beauty Benefits Hollywood. I had never heard of this. I have heard of LA Colors though. So this is, I just saved the packaging because I thought it was so cute. I just wanted to show you what it looked like because the actual packaging is pretty plain and simple, but these are so cute with the little pink and the yellow. So anyway, I was impressed by this little cardboard thing. The first thing from them is this face powder, and does it have a color? Not on here, but they had different shades in the store. They didn't have a ton, but I think they had like 5. So anyway, I really enjoy this like really sleek, simple packaging actually. There's not a lot of bulk and excess to it. So here it is, and it's just a face powder, but I like it. It's not too mattifying, it's not too chalky, which a lot of really cheap powders are like kind of chalky looking and feeling. This is not. This is soft, and it does have a tiny bit of coverage. It has a yellow undertone, which works for me. Maybe it's more neutral, but that's kind of what it looks like there. I think it's more yellow, but I really like this. It's a pretty standard powder, but yeah, not too drying, not too mattifying, adds a tiny bit of coverage. So yeah, for $1, I've been really liking this. From the same brand, I got this bronzer, and they did have different shades of the bronzer as well, but again, they didn't put the color on here. Oh wait, I got the color Cinnamon. So yeah, this is Cinnamon, and they did have some darker colors than this. This too did not disappoint. A lot of really cheap bronzers are splotchy and hard to blend out, but this isn't. It's really creamy and I am loving it. I'm wearing it today also with some cream contour underneath. There's a swatch of it there. It's definitely neutral leaning warm, but not orangey at all. It has a bit of olive to it, so it works really nicely on my skin tone. and it's pretty pigmented, but it's not crazy pigmented, I would say. This too really impressed me. I couldn't believe it, you guys. I actually had way better luck with this stuff overall than I thought, considering how cheap it is. So yeah, $1 bronzer. I've been loving it. It works as a contour on me as well. And it's nice that they have different shades. So yeah, this is also really good. All right, this next item was a liquid lipstick, and it's also by the same brand, Beauty Benefits. And so, okay, so it says it's a long-lasting liquid lipstick. The color I got, actually it doesn't say the color name on here. I'm not sure, but anyway. So on here it says long-lasting liquid lipstick, and on the packaging, I got rid of it. I swear it said that it was matte, but this is lip gloss-like. This is a very pigmented lip gloss. I put this on and I was like waiting and waiting for it to dry down to at least a satin finish, but it stayed glossy. I'll show you a swatch of it. It's a beautiful cherry red color and I really liked it. I'm not wearing it today just because I don't think dark lip glosses are my thing, because I'm just like scared that they'll smudge all over my face and get on my teeth. So I don't love that. I was hoping this would be a matte liquid lipstick, but if you don't mind darker colors for lip glosses, then I think you would like this because it's not sticky, it's really smooth, and I think the color is gorgeous. But yeah, I would call this more of a pigmented lip gloss than a lipstick. Next item is a blush, and this brand is called Color Mates, and this really reminds me of CoverGirl. And so actually the reason that I bought this is that it reminds me of a CoverGirl blush that I actually wore on my wedding, which I ended up decluttering afterwards. I don't really know why, because I loved it. It was a beautiful mauve color like this, and turns out I didn't have anything else, so I don't know why I got rid of it. I enjoyed wearing it. So this is so similar to that. So when I saw it, I was really excited. This color is called Mauve Alice. So here's the color. So I gotta say, this is just not swatching as well as it looks on the face. I've worn it a few times and it's much more pigmented than this, but it's not showing up much in the swatch. But this is the color. It's definitely a mauve, and as you can tell, there are some shimmers, but when I put it on my face, they essentially disappeared, so I am perfectly okay with that. I wore it all day. It was long lasting, easy to blend, super pretty color. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have many mauve blushes, honestly, if any, so I really wanted to get this and I've really enjoyed it. All right, last up is the eyeshadow palette. This is from LA Colors. This whole thing was also only $1, and this is in the color Chic. So this is a purpley palette, which is why I wanted it. It is a more cool toned purple palette, and I don't really have that much like this. If you saw my ranking eyeshadow palettes video, you would see that I have a lot of warm neutral palettes and a lot of rainbow palettes. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, I do feel that this is unique to my collection, and I did 3 different looks with this to show you guys. I will show you those. So the first look, I did use this color in the crease, but it turned out it was more of a satin and not so much of a matte. And I guess that my first criticism with this palette is just that this is really the only true matte shade, and the rest are more shimmery or satin shades. So the other looks, I used various lid shades, and then I just put matte browns in my crease from my Too Faced chocolate bar. And again, I'm really impressed with this. So some of these are more sheer and take building up, but it works. I mean, if you put a good 2 layers of these, they look really nice. They're not glittery. Some are a bit shimmery. I wouldn't say any of these are like super pigmented metallic, but just kind of for like an everyday thing, it looks really nice. Again, these don't swatch that great. I'll just show you a few swatches. Swatched 4 of the colors here, this kind of periwinkle, this other purple, this kind of mauve purple, and the darker color. So these work better on the eyes than they do in the swatches. I really do think that. You can tell in my eye looks, they actually turned out pretty good. I mean, and I'm okay with the fact that there's not that many mattes, because obviously I have a million palettes, so I can pull in other colors. That's not a problem for me. Another thing that I was worried about, a lot of inexpensive eyeshadows do tend to fade throughout the day, and these didn't. I mean, obviously I used an eyeshadow primer, as I always do. I used the Milani one, but yeah, these held up through like 12 hours. So I really enjoy the looks I created, and I actually think this is kind of a unique palette in my collection. I don't really have many cool toned purples, so yeah, I've been really enjoying it and I think it's quite good. Alrighty, so that is it for my $1 makeup review. The BB cream from AOA really impressed me, and so did some of the stuff from the Dollar Tree. So I really thought that this stuff was going to turn out worse than it did, because when something's only $1, my expectations are pretty low. So the fact that the majority of this stuff is actually quite good, I mean, that bronzer, if you put that in some other packaging and called it Too Faced, I really would not know the difference. So I'm really overall impressed. There were a few duds, which I expected at least a few, so I don't think that's bad at all. So let me know, have you tried Shop Miss A makeup or the Dollar Tree makeup? Let us know what you think, and thank you for watching.